Welcome to the Child Care Director's Chair, the podcast for bold educators who are ready to lead, grow, and shake things up in early childhood education. Whether you're a teacher eyeing that lead role, a lead stepping into leadership, or a center owner dreaming big, this is your space to grow with purpose and leave your mark. Hosted by heart-centered leadership coach Erica Sacoccio, each episode brings you real talk, actionable tools, and a contagious laugh or two, all designed to help you step into your next level with confidence. So pour your coffee, pop in those earbuds, and take your seat, because your leadership journey starts right now in the Child Care Director's Chair.
Hey, thank you for tuning in to the Child Care Director's Chair podcast. I'm your host, Erica Sacoccio. Today, I'm going to say something that might sting a little bit. If authority feels hard for you, it's not because you're weak, it's not because you're inexperienced, and it's not because you're not respected. It's because maybe no one ever taught you how to step into your authority without losing your heart. And that really matters, especially in early childhood education, because so many of us were taught that caring deeply means staying quiet, staying agreeable, and staying small. But leadership doesn't require you to lose your compassion. It requires you to anchor it. So today, we're not naming the problems because you already know those. You feel them every day, you replay conversations in your head, and you second-guess decisions after meetings. Today, I'm going to give you solutions and internal shifts and external behaviors that actually build authority. Because 2026 isn't the year that you hope to be taken seriously. It's the year you decide to be. And deciding changes how you show up in every room that you enter. Now, what actually is required? Well, two things to work together: internal certainty and external consistency. Most leaders try to build authority from the outside in. They look for a title, they wait for validation, or they hope that the respect just shows up one day. But authority is built from the inside out. Internal certainty is when you trust your decisions even before others do. And external consistency when people know who they're getting every single time. And here's the truth: you can't fake one without the other. If your internal world is shaky, your leadership language softens. If your external behavior is inconsistent, people stop trusting your direction. So let's talk about exactly how to build both in real life, on real days, with real people. Well, there is a pattern. Leaders doubt themselves, second-guess decisions, and soften their messages, mostly out of fear of being wrong. That doubt can show up in talking in circles, or revisiting decisions repeatedly, or asking for feedback after decisions already been made. And over time, people don't lose trust in your ability, but they definitely lose trust in your conviction. So decide before you speak. Authority increases the moment you stop thinking out loud. Leadership is not about processing publicly. Leadership is deciding privately and then communicating it clearly to the rest of your team. Pause before responding. Even 2 seconds matters. Decide your message internally first. Speak once that decision feels settled, not while processing. Now, this might feel uncomfortable at first, and that pause, well, that can feel really, really long. But that pause is where authority lies. So try this. I don't need to be perfect to be decisive. You are allowed to adjust later, but you are not required to lead from uncertainty. And the goal isn't certainty anyway, it's commitment and overcoming people-pleasing. I know you want harmony, so you avoid disappointment, you soften your expectations so no one feels uncomfortable, and you convince yourself that you're being kind. But what you're actually doing is delaying clarity. And delaying clarity always turns into bigger conflict later. So stop doing that. Choose respect over approval. Authority grows when people feel clearer, not catered to. And your job as a leader is not to remove discomfort anyway. It's to remove confusion. So ask yourself, is this kind or is this avoidance? And deliver expectations calmly, not emotionally. And sometimes you have to let silence do some of the work for you after you speak. Silence doesn't mean you were unclear. Silence means people are processing. So you can use this leadership line: I care about you, and this expectation still stands. That sentence alone builds authority without harshness. And discomfort doesn't mean you did something wrong. It just means you probably did something important. Now, overcoming inconsistency. You enforce expectations sometimes, just not when you're tired or you're busy or you're overwhelmed. And people notice that pattern long before you do. And they start to test those boundaries, not because they're difficult, but because inconsistency invites uncertainty. So simplify what you enforce. Authority doesn't mean that you're required to enforce everything, but it does require enforcing the right few things every single time. Because trying to enforce everything is going to lead to burnout, and enforcing nothing leads to chaos. So practice this. Choose 3 non-negotiables. Communicate them clearly and address them immediately when they are crossed. Consistency is not about how much energy you have. It's about what you refuse to overlook. And authority grows when people know this matters here every single time. And overcoming weak communication. Stop over-explaining, stop apologizing, stop rambling, and hoping people just quote unquote get it. Most leaders think over-explaining builds trust. In reality, it creates doubt. When you justify too much, people hear uncertainty, not empathy. So speak in outcomes, not explanations. Authority increases when your language is direct and outcome focused. You don't need to narrate your internal struggle. You need a clarified path forward. So lead with decision, not the backstory. Replace the I just wanted to ... with the expectation is. End statements instead of inviting debate. Here's an example. The expectation moving forward is this. You can still be warm and you can still be human, but clarity comes first. Confidence does not need to be loud, but it is precise. And overcome the fear of being disliked, right? We really worry about that so much. You avoid firm leadership because you don't want to damage relationships. But what actually damages relationships is unpredictability. People don't fear strong leaders. They do definitely fear unclear ones. And you build trust through predictability. People feel safest with leaders who are steady. Authority doesn't mean insanity. It doesn't mean insistency. It just means relatability and reliability. So make sure that you have both. Now, how do you put this into practice? Respond. Don't react. Address issues early and not emotionally later. Be the same leader on good days and on hard days. Your calm presence does mean more than your perfect words ever could. So respect is built when people know where you stand. Authority isn't built in one big moment. It's built daily. So how you start your meetings, how you handle pushback, how you follow through. Each day, make one clear decision. State one expectation without cushioning it. Follow through once. If you don't need to overhaul your whole leadership, then don't. But you do need to do reps. Small reps create big leadership presence. So ask yourself, where am I asking to be liked instead of trusted? What would change if I trusted myself a little more? And what kind of leader does my future require me to be? This isn't about becoming hotter, more, authority-like. It's about being more grounded. Authority grows when your identity stabilizes. So this week, I want you to remove one apology from your leadership language. Hold one boundary calmly and clearly. Lead one moment without waiting for approval. Notice how it feels. Notice how others respond. That's how authority compounds, just like interest in the bank. If you want support while building this, not judgment, not pressure, this is exactly what our leadership community is for. It isn't about fixing you. It's about strengthening you. Your first month is free with the code launch. What you'll get inside is weekly leadership readings and resources, downloads that support real decisions, weekly group coaching call where we put it into practice and we talk together. You'll also get a monthly 30-minute one-on-one with me, behind-the-scenes podcast episodes, discounts on products and events, and our first 12 founding members receive a free 3-day ticket to the Early Education Empowerment Conference. So leadership isn't about being fearless. It's about being rooted in your values, rooted in your decisions, and rooted in knowing who you are. Authority isn't given, it's built, one clear decision at a time. And you are already building it, whether you realize it or not. When you're ready, we can do this together. So head on over to our website, childcaredirectorschair.com, hit that join button. Again, put in the code launch. You get it for the first month for free. You have literally nothing to lose. So I hope you have a good day like always. And that's it. Thank you for tuning in to the Child Care Director's Chair. Until tomorrow, have a great day.
That's a wrap for this episode of the Child Care Director's Chair, where we believe leaders aren't born, they're grown. If something sparked for you today, share it, shout it out, or pass it along to the next bold changemaker in childcare. Don't forget to subscribe, leave a review, and stay connected with Erica Sakosio for more real talk leadership tools and a whole lot of inspiration. Until next time, lead with heart, grow with fire, and always remember, the chair is yours. Now own it.